One key part of my pan pizzas is that the final rising of the dough, or proofing, takes place in the pan itself. I found that on days when it's 10 degrees Celsius, or 70 degrees Fahrenheit, or lower in my home, it really helps to proof the dough someplace warmer, so I use my oven. It has a dedicated pizza baking setting, but no setting for the proofing. Too warm, and the oven will start to bake the dough, though. I've ruined many a crust this way, especially if the bottom heating element is on, so beware. I get good results from preheating to around 50 degrees C, or 120 degrees Fahrenheit, using the top element only, then putting the mixing bowl or the pizza pans in, and then turning off the oven. Also, when putting the cast iron pans in, put in the top pan first, then the bottom. When removing, remove the bottom pan first, then the top. Why? Little flakes of the pan and or the oven racks often rub off and fall down. Now I'm all for an iron-rich diet, but iron flakes are not a preferred pizza topping for me.
Oven's been preheated to about 50 degrees, but only the top burner. The bottom's not hot, or else it would accidentally kind of kick it. So, put these two guys in there, just to be on the safe side. I'm also going to put this one on the top, just so that the heat coming off the top heating element doesn't actually dry out the top pizza more than the bottom pizza. So those will stand there maybe 2, 3, 4 hours to rise in the pan. So this is the midway pizza dough spreading out. Here, show that. It's nice and puffy, but it hasn't spread throughout the entire pan yet. So these have been in the oven around 40 to 50 degrees. Proofing now for probably an hour and a half or so. So what I do now, get a little bit more of the oil up my hands here, and then I can actually spread the dough out. Right? Now I'll spread it one more time, and I'll also make the extra effort to do the crust. Here. Spread this out. See how I do it? I just use this fat part of my palm here most of the time. And because right now I'm not going to bother trying to make the crust. I just spread the dough out pretty much as evenly as possible in the pan. I'm going to put it back in, and I'm going to let it rise a third time. So do the same thing over here, get a little bit more of the oil from the bottom of the pan.
Here's how I use my standard European size oven for the final in the pan proofing. Step 1, I put the first pan on the higher of the 2 racks. Step 2, then I put the second pan on the bottom of the oven. You might have noticed I didn't follow my own advice in the video, so do as I say, not as I do. Step 3, besides ruining many a crust with the bottom heating element while proofing, I've also dried out the crust of the top pizza too much when using only the top heating element. So I've found that a baking sheet makes an excellent heat shield. The dough on the left has been flattened and spread out. I tend to preform the outer border with the heels of my hands, though it's not needed at this stage. And you can see more of that in the dough on the right.
Okay, so this last part, we're gonna make the border of the pizza here to keep the cheese from escaping. Do you know it has its own special name?
No.
Yeah, cornicione. You know what happens if we don't make a border like this, right?
No.
The cheese and the sauce touch the edge of the pan and they burn. It's awful.
Here, I've pinched up the board of the pizza. This is the last step before adding sauce, cheese, and toppings. I also just learned a new word for today, cornicione, the official term for that border of bread that will keep the toppings in their place. Come back and see me for part 4, the cast iron pan. And until then, pizza!